Hello, guys. Today I want to talk about temptations, and well, maybe this video could help you. It's like you could. I'll give insight, but maybe it's not really something that always words from another can help you within this little circumstance here, but maybe giving a little bit of my experience with it will help you like try to look at it a different way, and maybe you'll understand why I'm saying it might not, like words from someone else might not help you, and maybe in this circumstance it really is you who needs to save yourself. But like, let's start with the basics. Like, there's different types of things that tempt us. Lust. We're tempted to be lazy, a little angry, dishonest. What else? What else is a temptation, guys? Name me some. Like, there's a few fucking temptations, okay? Almost everything is like a temptation, We're tempted to do good, we're tempted to do bad, Like, almost everything is a temptation. Not everything, but like, you wake up in the morning, depending on how you're feeling, you're a little tempted to go to work, you're tempted to not go to work. But you see, on drugs is a temptation as well. And that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how I overcame some of my temptations that were really bad for me, and that were just like really bad for my mental and just for me as a being. So first I've spoke about this before, but weed. I had like a big weed problem. Like, I was smoking weed from when I was in high school. And something that became your normal, at a certain point you realize it's not normal. So I was smoking. This felt like a cool thing. Like, I love smoking. Like, smoking was just something that helped me deal with certain things that I wasn't ready to deal with. So I was just smoking. Like, I just couldn't help it. I was smoking, and I started vaping, like you start. And here's the thing with the temptations. It's like, it's a domino effect. Like, once you start one thing, then that's what brings you to the next thing, and then it brings you to the next thing. It's the domino effect, and it goes like this. But the same way that when you stop one, it's like you do it in reverse. So you pick up one domino, and then the other one lines up, then the other one lines up. And that's how it was. So I started smoking weed at first, but then after weed, it wasn't. Then I started moving on to the vaping, and at a certain point I picked up, during high school, I smoked like maybe 2 cigarettes. If I'm being honest, like, it probably wasn't even more than a single hand, to be honest, because I never really stayed on it, because I was just smoking so much weed. I didn't really need a cigarette when I had so much fucking weed to smoke. So I was just smoking, throwing away my education, smoking. And then it was only grade 10, and during this time, I'll admit, this is something, like, I'm not the type of person who I'm gonna shy away from something that's touchy. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to talk about things that people try to avoid speaking about, because at the end of the day, it's still going on in someone else's life, and that they want to shy away from it too. But like, I'm not going to be the person who's going to want to do that, because I want everyone to feel included, even those who feel like there's things that people don't talk about that they go through. So during this time, I had a really bad corn addiction, like really bad, like really bad. And the thing is, with corn, it's like, it made me look at myself in such a ill manner, because when I see the people in the videos and then I see myself, I ask myself, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why don't I look like that? Like, why is my size not matching their size, type thing? It's comparison, and they say comparison kills. So I was sitting there, like, comparing myself. Hold on. And just to feel better, like, just to feel something is what it is, because I wasn't like running after nobody, looking for no relationship or nothing. I was really just being by myself. So I just want to feel something here and there. That's lust, the temptation of lust. So I would be smoking weed, vaping, this corn, just repetition, throwing away my grades. Grade 10 is when I had to stop the weed, because grade 11, because I had to graduate. Like, I already knew I threw away half my other years. I was like, I don't want to go down that route anymore. So for the better of myself, I had to stop smoking. After high school finished, well, I only used it as an excuse to stop, because the only reason I did stop was I had a purpose, which was to finish high school. But after I finished that, I felt like, okay, now I'm cool, I'm smooth sailing, I can smoke again. So I got back into it. And the reason why I'm telling the story is because it was only recently that I was able to fully stop all of it, and not even completely some, and I'll explain why. But you see, now where I am in life is that I started leaning more into religion. So here's the thing, purpose. God has always been there for me. So you see, school is something that finishes, but my belief in God is something that will continue on for as long as I live. So me furthering my belief in God also made me realize that I want better for myself. I want more. And even my dream on YouTube, when I used to smoke, I hated who I was. I hated making videos. I would go on my page, look at my videos, feel disgusted with myself, just delete everything. I didn't like that for myself. So that was another reason that. Sorry? What? I'm doing something. Making a video? Leave me alone. Okay. But anyways, as I was saying, yeah, so that made me want to stop. So from there I was like, like I want better for myself, and I also want to not be like, I don't want to compare myself to these people. Like, we're all different people, we all come in different ways. I wasn't meant to look how that person looks and that person looks and that person looks. I wasn't meant to have the same fucking penis size as these people. Like, I'm my own person, so are they, and who even knows what they're doing to even get it there, because that just looks, it doesn't even look normal at that fucking point. Or maybe I'm just trying to say that to fucking comfort myself. I'm not saying I have a fucking chode, but I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with having a chode. I'm just saying, like, but then, yeah, for real though, it's like, after I realized, I was like, okay, so I stopped the smoking. When I stopped smoking weed, I was still vaping, because it's hard to, because the thing is, I try to stop like all three at once, but I feel like stopping all three, it's hard, because like, you want something to lean on, and then you don't have nothing there, so then you kind of fall back into the cycle again and then again. And it happened to me a few times, because I always try to stop all three, but then I realized you don't take three big steps, you take one step at a time. So then I told myself, I said, you know what, I'll start with weed. Why? Because my future is, these videos is something I want to make every single day. So I stopped smoking weed first. Okay, I had my vape, I still had my other addiction as well. Stop smoking weed. Okay, now it was going easy. I started like getting into the routine of not smoking. It became my normal at this point. And I said, okay, you know what, now I want to cut off the vaping. Stop vaping now. So I stopped buying vapes. I've been saving a lot of money not buying weed and vapes. Stop doing both of those. I was like, I feel like I'm smooth sailing, it's feeling good. And I was like, also what came, and I'll admit, this is something too. Once I stopped those two, I realized that I started becoming disinterested in things that were harming me. It's so weird, because after a certain time, even the corn videos, they started getting boring to me. Like, I started like, they weren't what they used to be, just to like want to feel something. I was like, no, this is not doing anything for me, this is not benefiting me in no way. It started becoming boring, so then I stopped watching it. And then, yeah, sometimes you always have that little voice in your head that's telling you to sin. And then I would go back on the sites and I would look and I would be like, nah, this is not what it is. Click off. Done. Conquered. I fucking conquered it. I fucking stopped doing it. And it was like just like a line of things that helped me, like, just stop one, then you stop the next, then you stop the next. And now with where I am, it's like, I feel great. Like, I really do. There's nothing there, like natural selection, like, viruses, diseases and stuff. These things, we don't have too much control over them getting us and harming us. But you see things like addiction and smoking and doing all this, this is things that we choose to bring upon ourselves, and we choose to keep going with, and we're choosing to harm ourselves. I don't want to do that anymore. After I stopped smoking weed, I realized that I couldn't hang around people who did that, because I didn't want that for myself. So I don't want to be in an environment that's like that. So I had to stop hanging out with people, which was majority of the people I was hanging out with. But sometimes you have to break things off for the better. But now, like, I feel like I'm at peace again. I'm just dealing with myself. I'm just furthering my belief in religion and my relationship with God. And honestly, I feel better than I've ever felt before. And I really do love this version of myself. And every day I just want to keep growing, and that's what it's about in life. It's about growing and doing better every day. Don't go down, go up. And that's what I'm doing. I'm conquering myself. I'm doing more for myself. I'm actually getting out there. And it's even with people, we're always tempted to go back to bad people, but all you do is you find a bad outcome for a bad person. There's nothing good that comes from these people, but that's something that's like experience with it. It's going to show you exactly what it is. But now that I've been able to tell myself no for all these things, Now I feel like I could conquer anything, like anything bad for me I don't even want. Even one thing I failed to know mention that I was supposed to talk about before, but it slipped my mind, but I remembered, is that when I stopped smoking weed and I stopped vaping, I picked up cigarettes for a bit. Like, it wasn't long. Again, I've never smoked cigarettes like that. I don't really like them. I picked it up for a bit, and then I realized immediately, I was like, I'm disinterested. Like, it was so crazy. I was like, this is just this is not helping do nothing. This is not benefiting me in no way. I don't want no part in anything that involves this. That lasted for maybe a month or even less. You see, like, once you stop one thing, like, it's like your body will naturally tell you to just, like, it will just start rejecting other things that are just not made for you. The same way when you're doing one thing bad, your body's gonna want to be more lenient to tell you, like, yeah, lean into it, because you're already doing this, you're already doing this. But it's like, they balance out each other. Whichever end of the scale you're on, you're gonna lean this way or you're gonna lean that way. So if you're stopping something, your body's gonna try to help you, like, lean more to the stopping. But if you're continuing something, your body wants you to do more and more and more, and then you just go down or you go up. But it's about how you go. But you see, the reason why I said, like, maybe my words, or I can't give you much advice on this, or like you might not be able to, like, do it my way, is because it took me not 20 years, but like it took me a long time to conquer these things. Like, I was going through it for a long time, and it's only now I can say that I've fully stopped and I don't want to go back, because I had a purpose and a reason for doing it. But it came from me. Like, I had to build the willpower to actually do it, because it took a lot of fight to actually be able to say and do it, rather than just like continue going down that route. So it takes time. That's the thing about it. It takes a long time, but it's about whether your willpower is as strong as, well, just strong in fucking general. Like, if you have a strong will and want to do things and actually get things done and just live for yourself and care about your future and where you're going in life, then I believe anyone could do it. But no, it's about your experience. But yeah, that's just what I want to say. I want to share that little story today. I hope you guys have a great day today and be wonderful people. And I'll catch you guys next time.